Paula's Players present Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. This is the story of a little girl named Fern who loved a little pig named Wilbur, and of Wilbur's dear friend Charlotte A. Cavatica, a beautiful large gray spider, who lived with Wilbur in the barn, with the help of Templeton the rat, who never did anything for anybody unless there was something in it for him, and by a wonderfully clever plan of her own, Charlotte saved the life of Wilbur, who by this time had grown up to be quite a pig.
Papa, where are you going with that axe?
Out to the hog house. Some pigs were born last night.
Why do you need the axe?
Well, one of the pigs is a runt. It's very small and weak, and it will never amount to anything, so I will do away with it.
Do away with it? Kill it? Just because it's smaller than the other?
It would probably die anyway.
Please don't kill it. It's unfair.
Fern, I know more about raising a litter of pigs than you do. A weakling makes trouble. Now forget it.
Forget it? If I had been very small, would you have killed me?
Certainly not. But this is different. A little girl is one thing, and a little runty pig is another.
I see no difference. It's the most terrible case of injustice I ever heard of.
All right, all right. You get a baby bottle ready, and I'll bring the runt back. Then you'll see what trouble a pig can be.
Oh, look at him. He's absolutely perfect.
He's yours, saved from an untimely death, and may the good Lord forgive me for this foolishness.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Well, give him his breakfast.
What's that? A runt pig. Isn't he beautiful? You call that miserable thing a pig? It's no bigger than a white rat. His name is going to be Wilbur. Where will you keep him? I'll keep him in the kitchen until he's bigger and the weather is warmer, and then I'll make him a pen in the orchard.
So Fern took care of her baby and made him a pen under the apple tree and fixed a box for a house. When she went to school, he stayed there, but when she was home, she played with him, fed him, and kept him clean. He followed her everywhere she went. But Wilbur was what farmers call a spring pig, which means he was born in the springtime. And when he was 5 weeks old, Father said he must be sold.
He's got to go, Fern. You've had your fun raising a baby pig, but Wilbur is not a baby anymore. He eats too much. He must be sold.
Maybe Uncle Homer would buy him. Sometimes he raises a pig. Then I could go visit him. How much should I ask for him?
Well, since he is a runt, I think $6 is about right. See what he says.
So it was arranged that Wilbur would go live in Zuckerman's big barn. There were many animals there, and Wilbur's pen was next to the sheep pen. It was warm and comfortable in the barn, and there was a yard for Wilbur, where his food trough was. The hired man, Lurvy, brought him a pail of warm slops 3 times a day, and Fern came almost every day to visit him. She'd sit by the pen, talk to him, and listen to the other animals talk among themselves. Wilbur liked the barn and the other animals, but he never got to go anywhere like he had with Fern.
There's never anything to do around here. When I'm in, there's no place to go but out. When I'm out, there's no place to go but in. I don't feel like sleeping or digging or even standing still. I'm less than 2 months old and I'm tired of living. There's no place to go.
That's where you're wrong, my friend. One of the boards is loose. Push on it and you can get out. How does it feel to be free?
I like it. I guess I like it. But where shall I go?
Anywhere you like. Down through the orchard, through the garden, dig up the radishes, root up everything, run all over, jump, skip, dance.
Pigs out, pigs out. Get behind them. Take it slow. I'll get a bucket of slop.
Run, run, run! They'll never catch you. Just don't stand there.
Oh, now I'll get it. Where's Fern? This is awful.
Don't just stand there. Turn, run up the hill.
Jump, run down the hill. Look out for Zuckerman.
Look out for Lurvy. Twist, turn.
Come, pig, come, pig.
No, no, no. It's a trick. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. You'll be sorry, sorry, sorry.
He's quite a pig. Yes, he'll make a good pig. I'm really too young to go out into the world. I don't like everyone yelling at me. No one likes me. Won't someone play with me? Goose, won't you play with me?
Sorry, Teddy. I'm sitting on my eggs. 8 of them. I have to stay right here. Keep them warm. I have no time to play when I'm sitting on eggs.
Lamb, will you play with me?
Certainly not. In the first place, I cannot get into your pen. And in the second place, I am not interested in pigs. Pigs mean less than nothing to me.
What do you mean, less than nothing? There's no such thing as less than nothing. How can there be? If there were something that was less than nothing, then nothing would not be nothing. It would be something, just a very little bit of something.
Oh, be quiet. Go play by yourself. I don't play with pigs.
Templeton, will you play with me? Play? Play? I hardly know the meaning of the word. Well, it means to have fun. Frolic, run, skip, and make merry. I never do those things if I can avoid them. I'd rather spend my time eating, gnawing, spying, and hiding. Right now I'm on my way to your trough to eat your food since you haven't enough sense to eat it yourself. No one will play with me, and Fern isn't here either. I have no friends.
Do you want a friend, Wilbur? I'll be a friend to you. I've watched you all day, and I like you.
But I can't see you. Where are you? Who are you? Please tell me where you are, if you are my friend.
Stop your nonsense, Wilbur. If you have a new friend, you had better be polite.
I beg everyone's pardon.
Salutations.
Sally, what?
Salutations.
What are they? And where are you? Please tell me where you are, and what are salutations?
Salutations are greetings. It's just my fancy way of saying hello. As for my whereabouts, look up here in the corner of the doorway. Here I am. Look, I'm waving. See me now?
Oh, yes, indeed. Good morning. Salutations. Very pleased to meet you. What is your name, please?
My name is Charlotte A. Cavatica.
Charlotte. I think you are beautiful.
Well, I am pretty. Almost all spiders are rather nice looking. Excuse me, there's a fly in my web. He'll make a perfect breakfast for me.
You mean you eat flies?
Certainly. Flies, bugs, gnats, centipedes, mosquitoes, anything careless enough to get caught in my web. I have to live, don't I?
Why, yes, of course. Do they taste good?
Delicious. Of course, I really don't eat them. I drink their blood. I love blood.
It's cruel.
Well, you can't talk. You have all your meals brought to you. Nobody feeds me. I have to make my own living. I have to be sharp or I go hungry. And furthermore, if I didn't catch bugs and flies, they get so numerous, they'd destroy the earth. Your life would be more miserable than you can imagine. All the animals. There are lots of things that Wilbur doesn't know about life. He's really a very innocent pig.
Well, perhaps your web is a good thing. After all,
Hello, Wilbur. Seems to me you're putting on weight.
yes, I guess I am. At my age, it's a good idea to keep gaining.
Just the same, I don't envy you. You know why they're fattening you up, don't you?
No. Why?
Well, I don't like to spread bad news, but they're going to kill you.
What?
butcher you, turn you into smoked bacon and ham. Almost all young pigs get murdered by the farmer as soon as the old cold weather sets in. I'm an old sheep, and I see the same thing every year. Mr. Arable comes with his rifle, shoots the...
Stop! I don't want to die! Save me, somebody! Save me!
Be quiet, Wilbur.
I can't be quiet. I don't want to be killed. I don't want to die. Is this true, Charlotte? Is it true? Are they going to kill me?
Well, the old sheep has been around for a long time, and if she says so, I'm sure it's true.
I don't want to die.
You shall not die.
What? Really? Who's going to save me?
I am.
How?
That remains to be seen. But I am going to save you, and I want you to quiet down immediately. You're carrying on in a childish way. Stop your crying. I can't stand hysterics.
Charlotte, I don't want to die. I just love it here in the barn.
Of course you do. We all do. Now go to bed and rest. And don't worry. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Here we are, here we are, here we are. Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'm sure everyone in the barn will be happy to learn the goslings have finally arrived after your 4 weeks of effort and patience. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Look, you had 7 goslings. You had 8 eggs. What happened to the other egg? Why didn't it hatch?
It's gone, I guess.
What are you going to do with it?
You can have it, roll it away, and add it to your nasty collection of yours. But I warn you, don't ever let me catch you poking your ugly nose around the goslings. Well, if that egg breaks, this barn will be unbearable.
I won't break it. I know what I'm doing. I handle stuff like this all the time. Charlotte,
Yes,
were you serious when you promised to save me?
I was never more serious in my life. I'm not going to let you die, Wilbur.
How are you going to save me?
Well, I'm working on a plan. It isn't completely shaped up yet, but it's coming.
Is there something I can do to help?
I'll work it out alone. But this is what you must do. Build yourself up. Get plenty of sleep and stop worrying. Never hurry, never worry. Chew your food thoroughly and eat every bit of it, except you must leave enough for Templeton. Keep fit and don't lose your nerve. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right, then. Go along to bed. Sleep is important.
May I go see if there's anything left in the trough?
All right, but slowly, slowly.
Good night, Charlotte.
Good night, Wilbur.
Good night, Charlotte.
Good night, Wilbur. Now, my plan. How will it work? Why, how perfectly simple. The way to save Wilbur's life is to play us with Zuckerman. If I can fool a bug, I can surely fool a man. People are not as smart as bugs. People are very gullible.
Charlotte tore quite a section out of her web and started weaving to take the place of what she'd torn out. She worked far into the night. The next morning, when the dew was sparkling on everything about the farm, Lurvy brought Wilbur's breakfast, and even Lurvy, who wasn't particularly interested in beauty, noticed the web. How perfectly it was made, and shone in the sun. Then he looked again, rubbed his eyes, set down the bucket, and called Mr. Zuckerman.
Mr. Zuckerman, I'm seeing things that can't be. What can't be? Something wrong with Pig? Not exactly. See for yourself. You see what I see in the web? Some pig. Some pig.
What's all the excitement?
Looks like we have a rather unusual pig.
Looks like we have a rather unusual spider.
Oh no, it's the pig that's unusual. It says so, right in the middle of the web.
I want to see the spider. That's what's unusual.
I'll catch it for you. You leave Charlotte alone. You Need to catch every creature you see.
Good heavens, what's that smell?
What a smell. Lurvy, what is it? That's the gooses they get didn't hatch. The rat hid it. Lurvy, bury the smell. Avery, don't you dare touch the web or harm that spider. All along, I thought that pig of ours was an extra good one. He's solid as they come. Notice how round his shoulders are, Lurvy. Sure do. He's quite a pig. That's right. He's some pig.
When Mr. Zuckerman got back to the house, he got into his best suit and went to see the minister. He explained the miracle that had happened in his barn. The minister said not to tell anyone else, that he'd speak about it in his sermon on Sunday. But secrets are hard to keep, and the news spread all over the county. And from morning till night, farmers and townspeople alike came to see the miraculous animal. Charlotte was pleased with the way her trick was working. Wilbur's meals were increased from 3 to 4. Then one evening, Charlotte called a meeting of the animals.
Well, we're all here except Templeton. Now, all of you notice how my message praising Wilbur has been received. Everyone thinks Wilbur is an unusual pig, and therefore no one will want to kill him. But I need suggestions. People are getting tired of reading the same thing. Can anyone think of any other message or remark? I'll be glad to start weaving again.
How about Pig Supreme?
No good. Sounds like something fancy to eat.
How about Terrific, Terrific, Terrific?
Cut it down to 1, and I could do it. Anything else?
We could ask Templeton to bring bits of advertisement and paper from the dump.
A good idea. But you know Templeton thinks of himself first.
I can convince him. Here he comes now.
What's going on now? What's the gathering about?
Charlotte needs more ideas for the web to save Wilbur. You could bring magazine clippings from the dump for her.
Why should I save his life? Let him die. I should worry.
You should worry. Next winter, when his trough stands empty and there's nothing for you to eat, Wilbur's food is your food. You know that. If Wilbur's killed, you'll grow so thin, we'll be able to see right through you.
Maybe you're right. All right, next time I go to the dump, I'll bring back a clipping.
Thanks. Now the meeting is adjourned. I have a busy evening ahead of me, tearing my web apart and writing terrific.
But I'm not terrific. I'm just average for a pig.
You're terrific as far as I'm concerned, and that's what counts. Now go to sleep.
So Charlotte wove the next word, terrific, and the next morning when Lurvy arrived with breakfast, there was the handsome pig, and over him, the web.
Mr. Zuckerman, look. Terrific. Terrific. Yes, sir. There isn't a pig in the whole state as terrific as our pig, and Lurvy. I have a terrific pig, so see that he has clean, bright straw every day for his bedding, understand? And furthermore, I've decided to take the pig to the country fair next week. So make a crate for him, for Wilbur. Paint it with big gold letters. What will the letters say? Zuckerman's famous pig. That's what they'll say. Charlotte, did you hear that? We're going to the fair.
Well, I don't know. The fair comes at a bad time for me. I shall find it difficult to leave home, even for a few days.
Why? Please come with me. I need you.
No, I believe I'd better stay home and get some work done.
What kind of work?
Egg laying. It's time I make an egg sack and fill it with eggs.
I didn't know you could lay eggs. But why don't you come with me to the fair and lay your eggs there?
I'm afraid not. You don't know the first thing about egg laying. When I get ready to lay eggs, I have to lay eggs. I have no choice. But don't worry about it. If at all possible, I'll come to the fair with you.
The morning of the fair, everyone was up early and everyone was busy. Lurvy put clean straw in Wilbur's bright new crate, and Mrs. Zuckerman gave Wilbur a buttermilk bath, so he'd be absolutely clean, and he was. The cleanest, prettiest pig you ever saw. And while the Zuckermans were getting ready, Charlotte announced she would go to the fair with Wilbur.
I shall go. He may need me. We can't tell what may happen there, and I think Templeton better come too. I might need someone to run errands.
Why should I go? I have no interest in fairs.
That's because you've never been to one. A fair is a rat's paradise. Food spilled all over the place. A rat can creep out at night and have a feast. Discarded lunches, spilled candy, popcorn, grain spilled in the barns. Why, it's disgusting. There's enough for a whole army of rats.
Is this true? That tempts me, if it is.
Every bit of it, and more than your wildest dreams could imagine.
That's enough. Come on, Charlotte. Let's get in the crate before the people come back.
So away they all went to the fair, the terrific pig and the two stowaways in the crate. And when they arrived, there was a crowd to watch them unload this unusual pig. Charlotte quickly found a post by the pen to climb, and Templeton stayed in the crate until dark.
It's a good thing you can't see what I see. The pig in the next pen is enormous. I'm afraid he's much bigger than you.
Maybe he's older than I.
I'll go find out. How do you do? What's your name?
Just call me Uncle.
Are you a spring pig, Uncle?
Sure I am. What'd you think I was? A spring chicken?
He claims he's a spring pig, and perhaps he is. But he's most unpleasant and not nearly as clean as you.
So the day wore on, with people looking at Wilbur and at Uncle, and Wilbur worrying about how Charlotte was so tired. And at dusk, Templeton stirred, and Charlotte sent him out to find her a word.
I hope you brought a good one. It's the last word I shall ever write. Read it to me.
It says humble.
Humble. Humble has two meanings. Not proud and near the ground. That's Wilbur all over. He's not proud and he's near the ground.
Well, I hope you're satisfied. I came to this fair to enjoy myself, so I'm done running errands.
Thank you for this, Templeton. Now run along and enjoy the fair.
Fare thee well, Charlotte, you old schemer. I'm off. This will be a night to remember. What are you doing up there, Charlotte?
Oh, making something.
For me?
No, it's something for me for a change.
Tell me what it is.
I'll tell you in the morning. I'll show you my masterpiece pen.
So Wilbur slept, and when the first light came into the sky and the rooster crowed, Wilbur awoke and looked for Charlotte.
Are you awake, Charlotte?
Yes,
What is that nifty little thing? Did you make it?
I did indeed. It's my egg sack, my masterpiece. There are 514 eggs in it.
It's a perfectly beautiful egg sack, and you have 514 children.
If nothing happens, and they won't show up till next spring.
Why do you sound so sad about it?
Because I won't live to see them. I don't feel good at all, but don't worry about me. This is your big day. Look at my web. Doesn't it show up well?
What a night! What feastings! Never have I seen such leavings.
Serves you right if you get sick. How disgusting.
Never mind my stomach. By the way, that pig next door has a blue tag on his pen. That's first prize. Too bad, Wilbur. Guess that's the end of you.
Don't listen to him, Wilbur. He's too dopey to know what he's saying.
Well, Templeton, Charlotte had quite a night, too. See her lovely egg sack? She's going to become a mother of 514 children. Really? Well, congratulations. What a night.
At 9 o'clock the family arrived, and discovered the miracle of the web had been repeated. Humble. Wasn't that just like Wilbur? Lurvy fed him his breakfast and scratched his back. Then,
Attention, please. Will Mr. Homer Zuckerman bring his famous pig to the judge's booth in front of the grandstand? A special award will be made there. Everyone is invited to attend. Mr. Zuckerman, report to the judge's booth promptly.
Hooray! We've no time to lose. Wipe Wilbur off. All right, now let's lead him to the grandstand.
The management of the fair takes great pleasure in presenting Mr. Homer Zuckerman and his famous pig. The fame of this unique animal has spread to every corner of the state, attracting many people to this fair. You all know the miracle of the writer's web. It has never been fully explained, and we feel we are dealing with supernatural forces here. We should win a bronze medal in token of our appreciation of the part played by this pig, terrific, humble, in attracting so many visitors to our great county fair.
Some pig. Terrific. Humble. Charlotte, did you hear what happened? Did you hear it all? See this medal? Oh, Charlotte, I owe it all to you. Why did you do this all for me? I don't deserve it. I've never done anything for you.
You have been my friend. That in itself is a tremendous thing. A spider's life cannot help but being something of a mess with all this trapping and eating flies. But helping you, perhaps, I was trying to lift my life up a little bit.
We're all going home today. Won't it be wonderful to be back home in the barn again with all the animals?
I will not be going back to the barn. I'm done for. In a day or two I will be dead. I haven't even enough strength to climb down into the crate.
Charlotte, my true friend, how can I stand it? I won't leave you here alone to die. I shall say too.
Don't be ridiculous. You can't stay here. Mr. Zuckerman and the others will be here, and they will shove you into the crate, and away you'll go. There will be no one here to feed you anyway.
Where's Templeton? Wake up, Templeton! Pay attention! Let me sleep. Go away.
Go.
Listen to me. Charlotte's very ill and will not be going back to the barn with us. But I must take her egg sack with me. I can't reach it since I cannot climb. You're the only one that can help. Quickly, the Zuckermans are coming. So, it's old Templeton to the rescue. Templeton do this. Templeton do that. Run to the dump. Do it again. Hurry! Oh, hurry, Templeton! What thanks do I ever get for my services? Templeton, I promise, if you get me Charlotte's egg sack, I'll let you eat first from my trough. Every time. I won't touch a thing until you're through. You mean that? I promise. I cross my heart. Now hurry! All right. It's a deal. Thank you, Templeton. I'll never forget this as long as I live.
So Templeton brought Charlotte's egg sack down to Wilbur just in time, and Wilbur carried it in his mouth safely back to the barn, where he tucked it into a crack to await the coming of spring. Wilbur kept his promise to Templeton, who grew fat as a large woodchuck, much to the disgust of all the animals in the barnyard. Then spring came, the snows melted, a new lamb was born, and the goose was sitting on her eggs again. Then the excitement began for Wilbur. The egg sack opened, and out came the spiders. 1, 2, 6, then 8, and then by the dozens they climbed around the barn, waving at Wilbur. Their voices were so tiny Wilbur couldn't hear them, but he was so excited he couldn't stand still. Then on a warm, breezy day, the doors of the barn were open. The spiders began to leave.
Goodbye.
Poor Wilbur cried.